Hey guys. Hopefully that's not too loud. Let me know if it is too loud. I'm just switching over now, so we should be good to go. All right, I'm just going to open up all my programs right now because that'll just take a little bit of time. All right, so today's creative inspiration is I've been designing some panels for some friends lately for their Twitch streams, and had a few questions as to how do you put that together? How do you create your panels? So I am going to show you guys really quickly. I did something for Baby JC, who's actually in my friends list at the bottom here. So definitely go check her out. Give her a follow. She's super awesome. Thank you very much for the host, Killer. Yeah, take a look at what she's got going on in her stream right now. She just uploaded some panels that I had designed for her yesterday. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to show you really quickly how I designed and picked out images and how I did them in Photoshop. Okay, so first things first. We're going to go over to, I've got an extensive, I'm just doing all this on my laptop right for this afternoon, but I've got an extensive library of images on my main computer. So what I did is I just went through, found some images that I might be able to use as some panels, and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so this illustration here is the basis for the panel, so I'm just going to go ahead and open that up in Illustrator. So it's much easier to manipulate. Okay, so I took this image right here as here, I'll show you our end result first, actually. That's going to help you visualize this a lot better. And it has gotten chilly. Let's see, how come I'm not getting the option to open anything? Let's go back to Photoshop, Illustrator, and Photoshop. Maybe I've got to quit this thing and start it again. I'm having some issues with my Photoshop here. Here, one sec. Quit that down. All right. There we go. We now have Hi guys, sorry about that. Let me just try and get this Photoshop working again. Something's going wonky with my Photoshop. It was working just fine a second ago, so let's just shut it down and we will reopen it. All right, there we go. There we go. Much better. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to show you guys this one because I thought this one was super cute. So here's one of her panels saved as a PNG so that the background is transparent and she's able to put it on her site without having like white blocks in the background. What do you mean, Killer? Okay, so that's the end result. That's what we're going to actually work towards. So first things first, find yourself a graphic or something that that inspires your design. I'll show you what I used for hers. Okay, so I've got, this is my base. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing as well, like stop me. Sometimes I go a little bit fast and I don't want you guys to miss anything. So these are my vector images that I used as my base. So I'm going to take one of these guys here, just copy it. Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Killer. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to start a new file. These banners actually run 320 pixels wide by however big you want to make them. So it all depends on how much room you want above and below your text in each of your panels. So, but they are 320 pixels wide. And you know what? Just to give us some space so that we can actually work with, I'm going to make it 350 pixels high. There we go. All right, so in this one here, we're going to actually make another layer. So this is where all of our artworks, Photoshop is all layers. So everything that we work with is going to be on a separate layer. So right now our background is white. Our first layer is, as you can see, see-through. Okay, so we're going to go back to Illustrator. We're going to take that panel, Control copy, Control paste. So that's Command V or Control V on PC, Command V on Mac. All right, there we go. So we've pasted it, and we're just going to take the outer box and make it the size that we need, which is 320. So we're just going to hold down our shift to maintain the aspect ratio of that artwork. There we go. Hit return or enter to commit your changes. Now, one thing you have control of as well is the color. As you can see, I actually changed it to pink and purple for baby JC's, for her backgrounds, because that's her style and those are her colors. Yeah, I can make emotes easily. Yeah, I can make emotes. I can draw illustrations. Yeah, but this one's just a really super easy tutorial, so I just thought I'd pop it up because it's fun too. Now, before we can actually make any changes to a copied and paste vector image into Photoshop, you got to make it a rasterized image. So we're going to go to that image right now, which is right here on our layers, Vector Smart Object. Hold down your Control, go up to rasterize layer. All right, so now we can actually begin to make changes to it. So same thing, make sure that we've got our transparent background. And all right, first things first, we're going to change this panel to look more of a pinky purple. And how you do that is you go into your hue and saturation. So I'm going to go, oh, actually, one thing that I should always remind people to do, like you do in Fallout 4, is save your shit. Save it. Because God forbid you put an hour or two work into some artwork and boom, it's gone. So we're going to name this one maybe, this will be our layered file. So we're going to name this Twitch Toot Photoshop. Just so I remember. There we go. Save it as a PSD. This will be our master file before we actually turn it into a PNG. Okay, so back to here, our vector image. We're going to turn that to pink. Use my save timer. Hey, JHGBY. Okay, so we're going to change the hue and saturation on this, change it to a pinky purple. So for me, it's Command U. Or if you just want to go into your adjustments, you can actually go image adjustments, hue and saturation. I use a lot of hotkeys So from here, you're going to take your hue slider and then just move it to whatever color you want to make it. In this case, we're actually going to move it down the slider towards the red because that's going to give us the pink and purple. So as you see, like each way we go, oh, that's a really nice color actually. I like that. So we're going to move it to that pink and purple. There we go. Okay, so now we have our background, which is great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually find an image like this little Minecraft character. I won't do the dollar bills today because that's going to take some more time, but I'll explain how I did that. So we're going to grab that graphic or a graphic similar to that.
The door goes, it's our food, an hour.
All right, so here's an image I found on the web. Looks kind of like me. It's got the long brown hair. Not the small shorts, but the long brown hair. And so we're going to cut this out and add it to our scene. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your magic wand, which, depending on what version of Photoshop you have, it might be in a different spot on your toolbar. But your magic wand is W. So you can take your magic wand, make sure the tolerance is high enough, like it doesn't have to be too high because it'll start to go into your other colors. So 30 is a decent tolerance because we're going to select just the white in the background. Okay, so it's selected the top part there. We're going to hold down Shift to select another white part of the area. Keep holding down that Shift, and then select the last of the white area. So to clip her out now that we have all the white selected, we want to inverse so that we actually just select her. So we're going to go select inverse. There we go. So now the little ants are actually just surrounding her, and we're going to make her on her own separate level. So we're going to either cut her out, put her on a separate level, but for me, I do everything with hotkeys, so I'm going to Command J, which is just going to Control cut that selection to a new layer, which it did right here. So you can see now she's on her own transparent background. One thing is she's actually facing the wrong way. I want her to face inwards, in towards this panel. So I'm going to take her and hit Command T, which is transform. Hold down my Control, flip her horizontally. Boom. There we go. Hit Return or Enter to save it. All right, I'm going to drag this layer right here over to my other scene and drop her in. There we go. Make sure you hit a Control S or a file save every few minutes as you remember it. It'll definitely, I've gone through that hell before. All right, we don't have to save her right now because we've already got over in this file. All right, so she's too big. We're going to Control T or transform that layer. Hold down your Shift key to maintain the aspect ratio on this image. Just drag a corner in till she's nice, a good size. Now, one thing that I was running into a problem with is if you go to my Twitch site, or if you actually take a look at my Twitch site right now, at the bottom, my spore bat, his tail came out a little bit too long, and what that did is it affected the text below it. So I had to actually shorten up his tail a little bit. So just be mindful of, if you're going to add images like I'm doing for these guys to your Twitch panels, that you make sure that you're mindful of the